scooper out of Oklahoma City. He is a commit to Nebraska, playing baseball up in the Cornhusker State. Another left-hander. Here comes Robertson's first pitch, and it's called a strike. Levi Robertson is out of Overland Park, Kansas. All but two of these players for the BTL Hornets are from Kansas. That's popped up. Foul ball. Stays in play, and Jackson Whittem is able to make the catch. So 2 up and 2 down for the BJs here in the top of the first. That will bring up Cole Manuel, the catcher, number 7 for the BJs. Manuel from Clinton, Mississippi. Plays for Arkansas State. 6 foot 220, a right-hander. Steps into the plate against Levi Robertson. And that's a little bit off-speed action right in there for a strike, 0-1. So glad that you have joined us today for Game 2 of the Friday action between the Liberal BJs and the BTL Hornets. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Robertson looks like he is not afraid to challenge the hitters today. Here comes his 0-2 pitch. Little stutter there, and that one's high. 1-2 with 2 out here in the top of the first inning. Cole Manuel back in at the plate. Pitch on the way. Outside. 2-2. Robertson sets, deals. Outside again, so another full count. 3 batters so far, and 2 of them have reached a full count here for the BJs. And the pitch is on the way. Called strike 3. So 1, 2, 3 and out go the BJs in the top of the first. When we come back, we will go to the bottom of the first, and we'll give you the starting lineup for the BTL Hornets. That comes up in just a few seconds. You are watching Liberal and BTL NBC Tournament Baseball.
When you look for a place to learn, train, and grow, you need something that fits with your life. At Butler Community College, we want you to reach your goals in the most affordable way possible. That's why we keep our tuition rates low, so you don't have to stress about your future.
It's why we offer hundreds of scholarship opportunities for pursuing your passion.
And it's why we work hard to provide a professional higher education at a lower price tag. Butler Community College. Let's get started.
Welcome back to Wichita State University X Stadium, Tyler Field, for the 92nd Annual NBC World Series. We go to the bottom of the first here. Liberal went 1, 2, 3 and out in the top of the first. And we got the BTL Hornets, who will come to the plate for the first time. They will be facing Andrew Banda. Andrew out of Nuevo, California, playing for St. Louis, a 5'10", 175 right-hander. Let's grab the starting lineup for the Hornets really quickly. Leading off is Josh Holmes, the center fielder, number 19. Kyle Graves, the shortstop, bats second. He's number 9. Cade Martinez, the left fielder, bats third. Quinn Grobel, playing first base today, bats fourth. Jackson Whittem, the catcher, will bat fifth. Brady Haskell, the third baseman, bats sixth. Brad Blankenship, the designated hitter, seventh. Cade Anderson, the right fielder, bats 8th, and Dustin Chartrand, the second baseman, will bat 9 for the BTL Hornets out of Lenexa, the Johnson County area baseball academy. This is their second consecutive World Series. BJs are the visiting team, so that means the Hornets in the black with white trousers will be the home team today. Again, BJs go in order 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. And we go to the bottom of the first. It's a great day for baseball, friends, and we're glad that you have joined us wherever you're watching all across the country, maybe even all across the world. We love bringing these games to you. Here we go. Josh Holmes, the center fielder, steps in for the Hornets. The first pitch from Banda is outside, ball 1. Josh Holmes out of Lenexa, Kansas. He flares that off down the right field line, and that's down. Holmes is going to try for 2. The ball is fumbled out there a little bit by Cal Anthony, and Holmes will slide in safely. Be interesting to see if that has scored a single and an error, if that's a double. It was down the line far enough, and he was going to try for second base no matter what. But you can see that Anthony had a little bit of problems fielding out there, and that allowed Josh Holmes to go to second base. It's our first base runner of the game. It brings up Kyle Graves. Kyle is the shortstop for the BTL Hornets. Kyle from Lawrence, Kansas. And he's played at Barton County Community College, 5'10", 160-pound right-hander. And the first pitch is a ball from Andrew Banda. Runner on second for BTL. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. We've got no score. Nice lead out there. Here's the pitch, way outside. Almost looked like a pitch out. Makes the count 2-0. Josh Holmes on second base. Perhaps trying to distract Banda a little bit. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Outside, ball 3. So 3-0 count here on Kyle Graves as we're battling here in the bottom of the first inning. Liberal went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Here's the 3-0 pitch. It's called a strike, 3-1. Again, this is game 2 of the day. We'll have games tonight at 6 and 8:30. They will be carried here, as all of the games will be, on this live stream channel. 3-1 from Banda. Fouled away, back and out of play, 3-2. So Banda goes 3-0 and then works it back here to a full count. I told you that the BTL Hornets, a baseball academy in the Lenexa, Johnson County area, all but 2 of their players are Kansas players. So a nice showing of Kansas players here in the NBC tournament as we play this year. The 3-2 pitch on the way. And it's fouled off again, out of play. Kyle Graves working Andrew Banda hard out there, fouling off the last 2 pitches. You can see on the screen the temperature 85 degrees here. The wind is switched back around so that once again it's blowing from right to left. Here comes the full count pitch once again. And it's high and away in ball 4. And that will put runners on first and second with nobody out. And it brings up Cade Martinez. Martinez out of DeSoto, Kansas. He plays at Lindenwood. He's a 5'9", 180-pound switch hitter. He stands in from the left against the right-hander Andrew Banda. First pitch, it fakes a bunt, pitches outside. Hornets got the workings of a big inning going, first and second, and nobody out. Pitch count here is 1-0 as Banda sets to make his next pitch. On the way, and there's the bunt right out in front, and it's a beauty. The only play is down to first base. So Cole Manuel to Trent Ueda covering there. It moves the runners up 90 feet, puts them in second and third.
Now batting for the Hornets.
And one away.
Grobel.
And the designated, or correction, the cleanup hitter, number 7, Quinn Grobel, will come to the plate for the Hornets. Quinn, 6'5", 230, playing for Rogers State out of Overland Park, a left-handed hitter. One away, second and third for the Hornets. Banda's pitch floats across on the outside corner for strike one. Head coach for the Hornets is Bennett Ratzloff, assisted by Bob Jones and Rusty Jones. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit down the left field line, and it's going to be foul off the side fence out there. So it's 0-2, and Banda's got the count in his favor. We're playing in the bottom of the first. Liberal went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Hornets with a double and a walk, and then a sacrifice bunt here in the bottom. Has second and third with one away. There was no error, by the way, given to the right fielder, Cal Anthony. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And it's fouled off. Looked like it was off the catcher mitt, Cole Manuel, but he wasn't able to hang on to it. So the count remains 0-2. Josh Holmes on third base, Kyle Graves on second base. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. It's going to score a run. It'll move the other runner up to third, but he's retired. So Trent Ueda to Noah Giovanelli. But Josh Holmes scores on the play. Kyle Graves moves over. 2 outs now for the Hornets, but they put the first run up on the board. And it'll be Jackson Whitten, the catcher, who will bat now for BTL. Jackson out of Shawnee, Kansas. He is set to play at Truman State this coming year. 6 foot 210. He swings and misses at the first pitch by Andrew Banda, and it's 0-1. And that pitch is fouled off. So 0-2. Once again, Banda gets up in the count. He struggled with that with the first two batter. Well, the second batter, I guess. Issuing a walk to Kyle Graves. Grobel gets the RBI on the fielder's choice. Now he's swung on and hit into. There's a fight for the call, and it falls on the ground. So 3 players out there had a chance to get it. Now throw down to second, and they're going to get Jackson Whitten as he tried to get an extra base. But the run will score, and so on the play, BTL puts a second run across. At the end of 1, they now lead by a score of 2-0. You can look out there, confusion. The second baseman, Trent Ueda, waved people off, and then it looked like he lost it in the sun. The right fielder, Cal Anthony, trying to make a play, but it ends up on the ground. And then they get the third out as Jackson Whitten tried to steal a base. So we'll see how they score that, and we'll come back and bring that to you as we move to the top of the second. You're watching live stream coverage of the NBC World Series.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Where you been, Hank?
Little field research. Show them what we got.
Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
And J.D. Power backs it up.
Ford is #1 in new vehicle quality, and F-Series are America's best-selling trucks.
Great deals, crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
Get 0% APR for 36 months and $1,000 toward your down payment on select Ford vehicles, plus a complimentary maintenance plan for 2 years.
What does a $7 big deal meal get you at Sonic? The real question is, what doesn't it get you? Enjoy a full meal plus premium chicken bites for just $7. It's the $7 Sonic Big Deal Meal.
Top of the second inning here at X Stadium on the campus of Wichita State University. BTL Hornets put 2 runs on the board in the first. They grab a 2-0 lead as Liberal comes to bat here in the second inning. For Liberal, it'll be Noah Giovanelli to lead off. Cal Anthony, the right fielder, bats second. Adam Swanson, the designated hitter, will bat third against Levi Robertson. We've been talking to you about the wind. Now the flag is limp out there. The wind has disappeared. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Here is the first pitch to Noah Giovanelli. And it is called a strike. Giovanelli out of Sonoma, California. Another one of the players for Point Loma Nazarene. He swings and fouls this one off. Squirts it away to the right side, or the left side, excuse me. It's 0-2. Giovanelli is 6'4", 220-pound athlete. The first baseman for the BJs takes an 0-2 pitch and just high and away, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off again. BJ's coached this year by Caden Trinkle, assisted by Johnny Bailey's and Gino Causey. 12 championship appearances. They are the team with the most tournament appearances, and they were the first club to 200 NBC wins, so quite the history here. Pitch is popped up, foul off first baseman, and it looks like room for Quinn Grobel, and he makes the play. So one away on the foul of the first baseman, and that will bring up Cal Anthony, the right fielder for the BJs. Anthony from Omaha, Nebraska, left-handed hitter. He's another one that will go to Nebraska and play his college baseball up there, 6'1", 195. The pitch inside, and it's a ball. One away here in the top of the second. BTL Hornets on top with 2 in the first. They lead Liberal 2-0. Robertson's next pitch fouled away. And the count goes to 1-1. Next pitch is a ball, 2-1. 2-1 to Cal Anthony. And that one is popped down the left field line. Lots of players running for it, and it goes over in foul territory. Cade Martinez overran that. And so it's just a high, noisy strike. But he was there to make the play. He just either lost it in the sun or just overran it on there. Good pursuit by Cade Martinez. And then you can see, oh, I went too far. So that makes the count 2-2 with 1 away here in the top of the second. Life again for Anthony at the plate. Here's the pitch, and it hit him. So a hit by pitch is resulting in the first base runner of the tournament for the BJs. They've got 1 on first base with 1 away. And the designated hitter, Adam Swanson, comes to the plate. Swanson is listed as one of the catchers. He is from Ottawa, Illinois. He will be playing his baseball at Bradley, 5'11" and 200 pounds for Adam Swanson. Runner on first, 1 down. Here's Robertson's pitch. Outside, ball 1. Robertson looked like he started to pick up his tempo a little bit for the first couple of hitters. Now he's set again. Pitching out of the stretch. Here's the pitch, and it's high for ball 2. That seems to be where Robertson has missed the most of his pitches. They've been high. So 2-0 count here on Adam Swanson with a runner on first. And that pitch is called a strike. Looked like Swanson offered at it and then got it back, but the pitch was called a strike anyway. Trent Ueda is on deck for the BJs. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Up the middle, and it's a base hit. So the first hit of the game is a solid single up the middle for Adam Swanson. It moves Cal Anthony to second base and brings up Trent Ueda. Sharply hit, just out of the outstretched arms of a diving Dustin Chartrand at second. So now Liberals got something going here in the top of the second. Trent Ueda out of Poway, California. Another one that goes to Point Loma Nazarene. Here's Robertson's first pitch to Trenton Ueda. And it's right through there for a strike. Trenton looked like he was going to offer at it, held up, and it was called a strike anyway. Trenton stands 5'11", 165. First and second, one away here in the top of the second inning. That pitch is in the dirt. Nice stop there by Jackson Whittem. The count is 1-1. Wind has picked up again. Here's Robertson's 1-1 pitch. It's up the middle, and it was cut off. Nice play by the shortstop, Kyle Graves, to scoop it up, and he falls down. He's able to crawl over to second base to make the force out, but there's no play at first. That's going to put runners at first and third. But two away for Drew Gortman. So a fielder's choice 6 there for Ueda. He stayed with it, and he had the presence of mind to crawl to the base to get the out. There's a flare down the right field line. That is foul. Now 0-1 on Drew Gartman. Drew from Jonesboro, Arkansas, plays at Arkansas State, 6'3", 175, a right-handed hitter. BJ's trying to cut into this Hornets 2-0 lead. Here's the pitch up the middle. Oh, snared by Robertson. He recovers, and he's got plenty of time, and then he throws high, and he's off the base, and that's going to allow the run to score. A smash right back to Robertson. He was able to knock it down. Looked like he had plenty of time. And then trying to make the play to first, he threw high, and that allows the run to score. That'll be an E3 all the way there. And Liberal has their first run on the game, and now we've got Seth Green, the right fielder, a left-hander up. Here's the pitch. Runner did go to second base, by the way. There's a strike. So an error on Robertson cost him to allow a run here. Pitch is outside. The count is 1-1. Seth Green from Cincinnati, Ohio. He signed to play at Weatherford Junior College. 6'1", 185, batting from the left. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air. Left fielder is under it. Cade Martinez doesn't overrun this one. He makes the play. And we are done with the first or second inning. But the BJs cut the lead in half with kind of a manufactured run. We go to the bottom of the second. Our score is the BTL Hornets 2 and the Liberal BJs 1. This is NBC World Series live stream coverage. Bottom of the second inning here in Game 2 on this NBC Friday World Series, live from Wichita State University Eck Stadium in Tyler Field. What a great field this is. Just great viewpoint no matter where you are sitting. Beautiful vista out back, the big batter's eye with Coleman Hill out there. What a history of baseball here in Wichita State, and you feel really special when you walk into this place. The field is well maintained. Artificial turf in the infield and outfield, so the bounces are all true. And you've got the red, white, and blue bases, the traditional color of the bases for the NBC tournament. And so we are so glad that you have joined us. We head into the bottom of the second, and it will be Brody Haskell will lead off for the Hornets. Hornets leading 2-1. Scored a couple of runs in the first inning.
Brody Haskell.
Andrew Banda back out to the mound for the BJs. And now we've got a delay here down at home plate for some reason. Tim Horton, the home plate umpire, he's walking over to the BJs bench along with the catcher for the BJs, Cole Manuel. Not sure what the situation is, but they head back out onto the field. The Butler County truck crew here tells me that there was a rodent on the surface, and so they had to get rid of that. So no unauthorized personnel allowed on the field during the game, and they had to take care of that problem. Here's the first pitch, and it's a little flare over the shortstop's head into left field, or Seth Green will field it, but a base hit on the first swing for Brody Haskell. So the Hornets put their first batter on here in the second inning, and Brad Blankenship, the designated hitter, will come to the plate. He takes the first pitch for a ball. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, foul down the left field line, and it's just foul. That was close. So the count will go to 1-1. Blankenship, the designated hitter today, but he's listed as one of the pitchers for the BTL Hornets. Blankenship from Bentonville, Arkansas. Played baseball at Daytona Beach Community College. Big kid, 6'4" and 205. Here comes Banda's 1-1 pitch. Instead, he's going to go to first, runner back safely. Bottom of the second here. Hornets holding on to a 2-1 lead. No out here in the bottom with a runner on first. There's a pitch fouled off into the screen just above the dugout over on the right side, the Hornets dugout. And the count goes to 1-2. Andrew Banda from Nuevo, California. Plays at St. Louis University. The 1-2 pitch, runner goes. Pitch is grounded to second. The runner got to second in time to avoid the force, but then the second baseman, Trent Ueda, makes a nice play and gets on to Noah Giovanelli to make the out. The other thing is the bat broke. And that bat was coming back to the pitcher just as the ball was coming that direction. And so some little worry out there for that kind of thing. I tell you what, it was a good thing that Haskell started on that play, because if he had not started early, it would have been a nice little force out, a little double play opportunity. But because he took off, he was able to make it. So it's a fielder's choice. One away, and Clayton Anderson is the batter. So one away for the Hornets with a runner at second. Banda taking his time out there. Here's the pitch. outside for ball one. Clayton Anderson from Gardner, Kansas. Fort Scott Community College, 6'2", 175, right-hander. Here's Banda's 1-0 pitch. And it's outside. So 2-0. Banda was able to get out of the first inning because he started working ahead in the count. He had the 2 batters in a row at 0-2, and that helped him out quite a bit. Behind here to this batter, 2-0 with 1 away. The pitch, way outside. Nice job by Cole Manuel to keep that one in front of him. And it's a 3-0 count now. On deck is Dustin Chartrand for the BTL Hornets. Between the lines, BTL. Here's the 3-0 pitch, right down the middle, called strike, 3-1. Brody Haskell with a sharp single to left field to begin the inning. He went to second base on the fielder's choice by Blankenship. The 3-1 pitch from Banda. And it curves across for strike 2 on the inside corner. And Banda works it back to a full count. Nice lead out there by at second base by Brody Haskell. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit into center field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Haskell had to hold, and so they're going to stop him at third. He wanted to make sure that that one got down in front of the center fielder, and a nice job by Ben Finnegan to get that back in. But a single to center for Clayton Anderson. First and third, 1 away, and Dustin Chartrand will be the hitter. Chartrand from Valley Center, Kansas, right here in the Wichita area. And he went to Sterling College.
Hey, what happens if I whisper
6
into
foot
this
and
mic?
160. First and third, 1 away for the Hornets. They already lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Banda with the pitch. Grounded to first. He's able to knock it down. They're going to come home, and the throw is wide, and the runner is safe. Noah Giovanelli, if he'd have fielded that cleanly, I think he could have made the play. But he kind of bobbled it just a little bit, and then his throw down to the home plate was wide, and Brody Haskell was able to get across.
Now batting, Josh.
So I'm sure that will go as a fielder's choice for Chartrand. He ends up at first. Clayton Anderson moves to second. We go back to the top of the order, and Josh Holmes. Holmes lifts it into the gap between center and right, and it is caught out there. Runners will have to scream back. Great job by Cal Anthony to run that down. It was right towards the 375 sign. And then I think they got a third out on that play. So that's the end of the second inning. Another one comes across for the Hornets. They lead 3-1 after 2. You're watching a live stream of the NBC World Series.
When you look for a place to learn, train, and grow, you need something that fits with your life. At Butler Community College, we want you to reach your goals in the most affordable way possible. That's why we keep our tuition rates low, so you don't have to stress about your future.
It's why we offer hundreds of scholarship opportunities for pursuing your passion.
And it's why we work hard to provide a professional higher education at a lower price tag. Butler Community College. Let's get started.
Live for the bases loaded, for the full counts.
You got this.
Live for the away games, for the strikeouts. Live for the high fives, the pop flies, and the moon shots.
That's my girl.
There's my slugger.
Live for the big moments and the little ones. Live the game like never before.
Top of the third here from X Stadium in Wichita State, the NBC World Series, the 92nd annual. And the BTL Hornets have scored in each of the first two innings. They lead 3-1 as the BJs come to bat in the top of the third. And we go back to the top of the order. And Ben Finnegan, Ben flied out to left field his first time up. Left-hander in there against the right-hander Levi Robertson. Robertson is set. Big kid brings it, and it's lifted into deep center field, but going back, looks like he's got it tracked down, and that's Josh Holmes with a put away. So one pitch and one out for Ben Finnegan. And that will bring up Cooper Cardokas.
Now batting Cooper Cardokas.
Robertson listed at 6'7", and 240, played at Butler County. Here's his first pitch to Cardokas, and it's a ball. Robertson out of Overland Park. The 1-0 pitch. That one's a little high, 2-0. The only run Robertson allowed as this game was on his error when he fielded a sharp liner right back at him. He bobbled it, picked it up in plenty of time, and then his throw to first base was high, and that allowed the run to score. Now here's pitch is 3-0. It's just another high pitch. One away here in the top of the third inning. Hornets, BTL Hornets leading 3-1 over the Liberal BJs. And that's outside. And so a base on balls to Cooper Cardokas. On 4 straight pitches, he goes to first base, and Cole Manuel, the catcher, will come to the plate. Manuel struck out to end the first inning. The BJs, the top three in the order, went out 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. It was the bottom half of the order that was able to manufacture the run for Liberal in the second inning. Here comes Robertson's pitch. And it's Chuck Startley, the shortstop, to second one, and on to first and a double play. And just like that, Liberal is out quickly on that nice double play from Graves to Chartrand to Grobel. 2.5 are complete here at Wichita State in the NBC World Series. It's BTL 3 and Liberal BJs 1. You're watching World Series Baseball live stream on the National Baseball Congress.
Every summer, the NBC World Series comes alive with energy, excitement, and the spirit of baseball. But what makes it truly special? Fans like you. Because of your support, kids get to experience the magic of the game. Your donations power youth clinics, grants, and equipment drives, while sharing Kaiser Carlisle's mantra to play hard and have fun. Together, we honor the legends of the past and preserve the rich history of the NBC World Series for generations to come.
Bottom of the third coming up here in Game 2 of Friday's schedule here at the National Baseball Congress World Series. BTL Hornets come to the plate with a 3-1 lead over the Liberal BJs. Andrew Banda back to the mound for Liberal. It'll be a 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the BTL Hornets. That's Kyle Graves, Cade Martinez, and Quinn Grobel. Fine defensive double play by the middle infield for the Hornets. Get us out of the top of the third quickly. Graves and Chartrand and Grobel. And so 2 of those will be coming up here in this inning. Kyle Graves walked in the first inning. Here comes the pitch. That's a ball. The 1-0 pitch, and that's called on the outside corner for a strike. Not sure Kyle Graves agreed, but he'll come back in. Graves out of Lawrence, Kansas, Barton County Community College. A lot of Kansas kids on this BTL team. Here's the pitch, a little high, and it's 2-1. So appreciative of you wherever you are watching today. Some of you may remember my voice. Here's the pitch. It's outside, 3-1. I lived in Liberal for 5 years between 2015 and 2020. Got out just as COVID hit. I don't know if that was good or bad or not. But I did a lot of the PA work for the BJs at that time and got to do some other broadcasting as well, and then did some Seward County PA work as well. Pitch is lifted down in the left field line, hooking foul, and a great running catch by Seth Green, who makes the catch in foul territory. Good wheels out there by Seth Green. And that's the first out of the inning, and it will bring up Cade Martinez. Nice job by Seth Green to stay with that one. And it was a foul ball signaled by the umpire, so not that that matters in this instance, but if Green might not have been able to make that play, it would have just been a long strike. Cade Martinez to the plate for the Hornets. And there's a pitch on the outside corner, called a strike. Martinez with a very nice sacrifice bunt in the first inning, which helped to lead for 2 runs. And now the pitch outside. The 2 runs that scored in the first inning for the Hornets. So nice job at the plate for the the left fielder, Martinez. 1-1 count. Banda shaking off a sign, and now he's set to come in. And an off-speed pitch is swung on and missed over the top by Martinez, and the count is 1-2. 1 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hornets with a 3-1 lead over the BJs from Liberal. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game for Andrew Banda. And that's 2 away. That brings up Quinn Grobel, the first baseman for the Hornets, a left-handed batter. Banda brings the first pitch in, off speed and in there. Beautiful pitch for Banda, strike 1. By far Banda's best inning. He seems like he's under control and he's locating his pitches and mixing his speed well. Now that one's outside, 1-1. But he seems more comfortable on the mound this inning than he has in the first 2. First baseman Giovanelli really plays the line for this left-handed batter, and there's a ball hit foul down the first base side, and the count goes to 1-2. Grobel with an RBI on a fielder's choice in the first inning. So 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. That one's high and away, 2-2. If Grobel gets on, it'll be Jackson Whitten on deck. Hornets 3, BJ's 1, bottom of the 3rd, 2 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And just missed. And the count will go full. The 3-2 pitch. Tap foul down the first base line once again. 86 degrees today. If you wanted to come and see some live baseball, this would be the day to do it because we are under some pretty severe heat coming up for the next 3 or 4 days. Line drive in or center field, a base hit for Grobel. So he extends the inning, and that will bring Jackson Whitten up. Grobel went with that pitch and hit it the other way. Drew Gartman, the shortstop, had no chance to get to it. It was hit well enough. And so Jackson Whitten comes to the plate. He had a single the first inning. And he did not check his swing, so we went around, says home plate umpire Tim Horton. It's a strike, and the count is 0-1. There you go. And now fouled off to the right field side. And so once again, Banda gets ahead of the runner 0-2. Brody Haskell on deck. Runner on first, 2 away, bottom of the third. Banda's pitch is a called strike 3. We make our first backwards K on the score sheet of the game. 2 strikeouts in the inning from Andrew Banda, and the Hornets do not score. We've completed 3 here at Wichita State X Stadium. It's Hornets 3 and BJ's 1. This is live stream coverage of the NBC World Series.
At Evergy, we're focused not just on what we power, but on who we power, right here in our community. We provide payment assistance to our neighbors who need it. Invest in organizations and people, creating opportunity for all to benefit. And volunteer our time around our hometown so that together we improve it. Because we're committed to spreading good energy throughout our community. Evergy, the utility company.
The top of the 4th inning here at X Stadium, Tyler Field, on the campus of Wichita State University. After 3, it's the BTL Hornets leading the BJs 3-1, but BJs come to the plate, and Noah Giovanelli, the first baseman, will lead it off for Liberal. Levi Robertson comes out for his 4th inning of work. He has been pretty impressive so far. He allowed 1 run in the 2nd inning, and that run was because of his error that allowed that run to come across. So other than missing high some of the time, his command of pitches has been pretty good. Giovanelli swings and misses, 0-1. And now the pitch outside for a 1-1 count. Giovanelli fouled out to the catcher. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. He did that leading off the 2nd inning. Lots of foul ground here in X Stadium Tyler Field. So catcher and the corner infielders always have to be ready. And now there's a swing and a miss. Ball gets dropped, but easy throw on down to first. And Giovanelli is a strikeout victim, and that's 1 away. And that will bring up Cal Anthony.
Next up, number 19, Cal
Anthony, the right fielder, was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. He was the first BJ's runner, and he is the one that scored the run for Liberal. swings it an inside pitch and fouls it into the Hornet dugout, 0-1. Cal Anthony headed to Nebraska to play baseball. And a swing and a miss, strike two. Robertson's just bringing it now. That pitch is high and away for 1-2. Collegiate baseball fans in this area will recognize Levi Robertson's name as he pitched for Butler County. 1-2 the count with one away. And a swing and a miss. 2 consecutive strikeouts for Cal Anthony. Or correction, for Levi Robertson. Anthony is the second one. And that will bring up the designated hitter, Adam Swanson. Adam Swanson had a single to left field his first time up. He was called out on a fielder's choice by Ueda right after that. And he hits it to shortstop. Kyle Graves picks it up, fires across the diamond to Quinn Grobel, and a very easy 1-2-3 inning for Levi Robertson. We have completed 3.5 innings of baseball here. It is the Hornets 3 and the BJs 1. We'll be right back. This is live stream coverage of the NBC World Series.
Your family may change over time, but one thing that stays consistent is the need for safe, reliable transportation.
Whether you're dropping the kids off at school each morning or sending them off to college, a quality pre-owned vehicle from Davis Moore will ensure they make it there safely.
We keep our lot stocked with hundreds of used vehicles, and every single one has passed our rigorous 171-point inspection.
Come browse our extensive selection of pre-owned vehicles at any Davis Moore location or check us out online at davis-moore.com.
You've got better things to do than scrubbing your car. Club Car Wash has you covered. Superior service, unmatched quality, premium amenities. Give your car the treatment it needs. Join now for unlimited washes. Experience the joy of driving a sparkling clean car again, only at Club Car Wash. Learn more at clubcarwash.com.
Oh, that looks good out there. Cookout time here at X Stadium in Tyler Field on the campus of Wichita State University. What a beautiful campus, and how beautiful is it to see the smoke rolling out of that smoker right there. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Hornets lead 3-1, and they come up to the plate, and leading off will be Brody Haskell. Brody had a single to the left field in the second inning, and he scored 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Hornets so far. Fake bunt there and a pitch outside, ball 1. 1 run, 1 hit for Liberal facing Levi Robertson, and Levi is doing a great job so far on the mound for the Hornets. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Andrew Banda out for his fourth inning, and it's outside for ball 2. Banda with a nice inning last time. He got 2 strikeouts. One of those was a called strike, his first 2 strikeouts of the game. Pitch is lifted into left field. Seth Green over to make an easy play, 1 away. And Brad Blankenship will come to the plate for the Hornets. Blankenship with a fielder's choice to second base in the second inning. He's the designated hitter today. Standing in from the right-hand side. Andrew Banda brings the pitch, and it's called a strike on the inside corner. Brad Blankenship, one of just 2 or 3 players for the Hornets who's not from Kansas. He fouls this one off into the stands behind the Hornet dugout. And he quickly falls in the hole, 0-2. Blankenship from Bentonville, Arkansas. He played for Daytona Beach Community College. 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. The shortstop's going to pick that one up. Drew Gartman over to first base. Nice job there by Giovanelli on the stretch. And we've got 2 up and 2 down here for the Hornets in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that will bring up Clayton Anderson, the right fielder. Clayton with a single to center. And I believe he has one of the RBIs, the RBI for the Hornets in the 2nd inning. Hit sharply to third and past Cooper Kardakis. Nice job by the shortstop Drew Gartman to get over to that one to keep Anderson on first base with just what I'm sure will be a sinker. That was sharply hit. So a runner at first with 2 away, and Dustin Chartrand, the second baseman, comes to the plate. That one really ate up Cooper Kardakis. And it is, in fact, a base hit. So here's Chartrand. He fouls this one off. 0-1. Chartrand reached on a fielder's choice. In the 2nd inning, here's a pitch, 0-2 as it's called a strike. Clayton Anderson at first base for the Hornets with 2 away, 3-1 here. Hornets on top of the BJs. And now Chartrand will step out. Maybe cognizant of a shrinking pitch clock here, something that has been going on in the NBC for a long time, and regular professional baseball has picked that up. There's a pitch that is a ball. I did NBC games for a couple of years back in 2008 and 2009, and the pitch clock had a horn that was right located in the press box. And you did not want that pitch clock to go off. Here's a swing and tapped away foul behind the plate. Still 1-2. Because if you weren't ready for it, it was going to make you jump. So I have not heard the horn for the pitch clock here yet. I assume there's one, but I hope it's not here with us because I'm not ready for it. Banda's 1-2 pitches on the way. Runner goes. Here's a pitch, or there's the ball. Throw down and is a stolen base. So a stolen base for Anderson. That stolen base is brought to you by Kansas Surgery and Recovery Center. From game day to every day, Kansas Surgery and Recovery Center is committed to helping you recover and get back into the game. First stolen base of the game. Clayton Anderson on second now with 2 away and a 2-2 count. And here's the pitch. Called strike 3, and the inning is over. So a stolen base, but then Banda says, that's all right, we can handle that. And he retires the side. We have completed 4 innings of play. Our score remains the BTL Hornets 3 and the Liberal BJs 1. This is World Series live stream coverage.
When you look for a place to learn, train, and grow, you need something that fits with your life. At Butler Community College, we want you to reach your goals in the most affordable way possible. That's why we keep our tuition rates low, so you don't have to stress about your future.
It's why we offer hundreds of scholarship opportunities for pursuing your passion.
And it's why we work hard to provide a professional higher education at a lower price tag. Butler Community College. Let's get started.
We've got 4 innings in the book here so far for Game 2 on our Friday schedule. It's the Hornets 3 and the BJs 1. Keith Engelmeyer with you, bringing you today's live stream coverage. And this is a thrill for me to be able to bring this to you. And we've got a good game going on here. Liberal BJs back in the tournament after 1 year away. And the BTL Hornets between the lines of Baseball Academy in Lenexa, Kansas, making their second straight appearance in the World Series. So we start off the top of the fifth inning, and it's Trenton Ueda is the batter. And he takes a strike, 0-1. Trenton grounded into a fielder's choice to the shortstop in the first inning. He got as far as second base before the inning was retired. A 0-1 pitch here on the way, and it's a ball. Levi Robertson back to the mound for his fifth inning. He has been very impressive. One defensive bobble by Robertson allowed the Liberal run to score. Here's a ball hit into center field. Josh Holmes going to center in underneath it and makes the play, and that's one away. That brings up Drew Gartman for the BJs. Drew was the one at the plate, and he reached on the error by Levi Robertson that allowed the run to score back in the second inning. So far, Liberal has only one hit in this ball game, and that belonged to Adam Swanson. And it was Swanson. Swanson was out on a fielder's choice, but that's the only hit so far that Robertson has allowed. So here's Drew Gartman, and he's behind already 0-1. And there's a called strike on the outside corner. Boy, I tell you what, Jackson Woodham set up on that outside corner, and Robertson put it right on his glove. So Levi Robertson's got good control so far. He seems to have tamed that high pitch issue he had in the first couple of innings. And that one just misses. 1-2 is the count. Drew Gartman from Jonesboro, Arkansas State. Played there as a freshman this year. The 1-2 pitch is high. I just told you Levi had got that under control, and then he lets one go. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that one is high as well. So nice job by Drew Gartman to get it back from an 0-2 count to a 3-2 count. Three and two. One away here, top of the fifth. And that one's fouled back and out of play. Seth Green, the speedy left fielder, is on deck for the BJs. Here's the pitch. Lifted in the air, short right field. Calling for it and making the play is Clayton Anderson. So 2 up, 2 down. That is 7 in a row now retired by Levi Robertson, including finishing the third inning with a double play. Seth Green flew out to left field in the second inning. Here's a bunt, and he bunts it foul. Well, you have to be aware of his speed. He's made a great defensive play out there just purely on speed alone a couple of innings ago. Very speedy player out of Cincinnati, Ohio, playing at Weatherford Junior College coming up. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swinging on this one, but he takes the ball 1-1. Third baseman Brady Haskell playing close just in case everybody else is back to regular depth. And that pitch is low and in. 2-1 for Levi Robertson. BJs need some base runners to try and even this count up. Pitch is lifted into right field. No movement whatsoever. He shades against the sun does Clayton Anderson, and he makes the play. So another 3 up, 3 down inning for Levi Robertson as he shuts down the BJs in the top of the fifth. We've reached the halfway point of this ball game. It's the Hornets 3 and the BJs won. This is live stream coverage of the NBC World Series.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Where you been, Hank?
Little field research. Show them what we got.
Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
And JD Power backs it up.
Ford is #1 in new vehicle quality, and F-Series are America's best-selling trucks.
Great deals, crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
Get 0% APR for 36 months and $1,000 toward your down payment on select Ford vehicles, plus a complimentary maintenance plan for 2 years.
What does the $7 big deal meal get you at Sonic? The real question is, what doesn't it get you? Enjoy a full meal plus premium chicken bites for just $7. It's the $7 Sonic Big Deal Meal.
We go to the bottom of the 5th here in our 3 o'clock ball game this afternoon. BTL coming up, holding on to a 3-1 lead. Andrew Banda back out to the mound. He allowed 2 runs in the first inning, 1 in the second, and then he settled down a little bit. He's now thrown 3 strikeouts in the last 2 innings, so he's kind of got his composure back a little bit. He will face Josh Holmes, Kyle Graves, and Cade Martinez here in the bottom of the 5th. The top 3 in the batting order for the Hornets. Josh Holmes led off the game for the Hornets with a double in the first inning, and he scored a run. Then he flew out to right field to end the second inning. Wind has picked up again a little bit. Not only do we have the flag out there in right field, but the smoke from the barbecue is also giving us a pretty good indication of which way the wind is blowing. Pitch clock is on. Here we go. Banda's first pitch in the bottom of the 5th. And it's inside for ball 1. Up to 87 degrees on our thermometer there on the screen for you. Pretty humid today after the rain that came through. Created some problems last night. Some rainy weather for baseball here. That one's fouled back into the screen, 1-1. But it's turned out to be a pretty good day. Got some high puffy clouds in the sky. And every once in a while, they move over the sun and it darkens the field. But right now, bright sunshine everywhere. The 1-1 pitch nearly hit him. He's able to get back out of the way. 2-1. Again, if you're planning on coming out live, just be really careful the next few days. We've got some heat issues that you're going to have to deal with. Driven hard to center field. Ben Finnegan on his run. It's going to go over his head and off the top of the wall. It's going to be an easy double for Josh Holmes, his second double of the day. Straight away center field. He's on second base to start the 5th inning for the Hornets. And Kyle Graves will come up. One big bounce out there in the spacious center field and then off the top of the wall. Finnegan got a good turn on it right away, but it was just hit too far. And now Kyle Graves comes to the plate. He fouls it into the screen on the left side, 0-1. Kyle Graves with a walk in the first, and he flew out to left field in the 3rd. Runner on second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th for the Hornets, who already lead the BJs 3-1. Banda's 0-1 pitch. Lifted out above the shortstop, and that one's into left field. Seth Green gets right to it, and that's going to hold Josh Holmes at third base. But 2 consecutive hits. And runners at the corners here to start the 5th inning with nobody out for Cade Martinez. The Liberal bullpen is getting active down there. We'll try and get the number for you. And now we're going to have a coaching visit to the mound. BTL scored 2 runs in the first inning. They added another run in the second inning, and then Andrew Banda kind of got his wits back about him. He struck out 3 over the next 2 innings, and now he's allowed 2 consecutive hits to start off here in the 5th inning. Two more games for you tonight here on the live stream. Also here live at X Stadium in Tyler Field, Wichita State University. The history of this facility, the tremendous baseball that has been played here, the tremendous fan support over the years, and of course the culmination, the peak for Wichita State was winning the College World Series in 1989. And this is just still a gorgeous facility. Great place to watch baseball. Cade Martinez comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Runner is going from second, now coming home from third, and he's going to be caught up. So Josh Holmes tried to come in on Kyle Graves' stolen base. Graves was safe, but they were able to make the play and get Josh Holmes out. And so that's the first out. That stolen base is brought to you by Kansas Surgery and Recovery Center. From game day to every day, Kansas Surgery and Recovery Center is committed to helping you recover and get back in the game. So one away with a runner on second now. Cade Martinez still at the plate. Martinez had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. He struck out in the third. The count is 0-1. Here's the pitch, and he lifts it into left field. Seth Green running after it in fair territory, makes the catch, loses his cap, and throws it back into the infield.
Now coming to the plate, Quinn Grobel.
So that's two away. And that will bring up Quinn Grobel. Quinn is 1 for 2 with an RBI. He hit into a fielder's choice in the first, and he hit a single to center field in the third inning. So great defense there by Liberal. The BJs on that double stolen play try. They allowed the first stolen base to second, and now lifted into left field and deep. Green is on his horse, and it's going to go over his head and bounce off the wall. That's going to score one run. Here's running into second base with a double is Grobel. Scoring on the play is Kyle Graves. That makes it 4-1 with 2 outs. Ball bounced. It hit the wall and bounced away, so a little bit of help from the wind there. Seth Green is fast out there in left field, but he couldn't catch up with that one. Banda got it back to 2 out, and then he couldn't retire Grobel and allowed the run to score. And now here's Jackson Whitten, the catcher, and the first pitch is a ball. Four to 1 now. BTL Hornets on top of the BJs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-0 count is grounded to the third baseman. Bobbled, scooped up. Cardacas has time to throw and get him away. And that will retire the side, but another run comes across for the Hornets. After 5 complete, they lead over the BJs. It's Hornets 4 and BJs 3. This is live stream coverage of the NBC World Series. Top of the 6th inning here at Wichita State X Stadium, Tyler Field. Hornets had a run in the bottom of the fifth. They increased their lead to 4-1, and now the BJs need to get some base runners. So far, just one hit today for Liberal through 5 innings, and Levi Robertson comes back out to the mound for his 6th inning. Levi bringing some heat from that 6'7" height that he's got out there. Makes him look so tall as he stands out on the mound. He will face Ben Finnegan, the top of the order, leading off. He has flied out twice, once to left and once to center. Left-handed hitter versus right-handed pitcher. The first pitch is high and away for ball 1. Robertson working on an 8-in-a-row retired streak. There's a pitch on the inside corner called for strike 1. He finished the 3rd inning getting a double play, a 6-4-3 double play on Cole Manuel. And since then, 1, 2, and 3 in both the 4th and the 5th innings. He's got 2 strikeouts on the game. Pitch is called a ball. It's 2-1. BJs have had runners. Their one runner who scored was on base by a hit by a pitch. They've had a walk by Cardokas. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play down the left field line, and the count will even out at 2-2. But just one hit so far. A single by Adam Swanson back in the 2nd inning. 2-2 the count to Ben Finnegan. That's over the second baseman's head and into center field. A base hit for Finnegan. That snaps the 8-in-a-row retired streak by Levi Robertson. It's the 2nd hit of the game for the BJs, and this is what they need. They need to get some base runners so they can cut back into this 4-1 lead. And it'll be Cooper Caracas who will come to the plate. Cooper fouled out to the catcher in the 1st inning, and he walked in the 3rd, so he's been one of the few base runners. He fakes a bunt, takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Hornets moving the infield around a little bit as the pitch comes in, thinking that Finnegan might want to be trying to steal here. He's not going, and there's a pitch inside, but it hit his bat, so it's called a strike. 1-1. The scoreboard has it 2-0. But that was called a strike because it must have tipped off his bat on that fake bunt attempt. There's a pitch down low. Nice job blocking that one by Jackson Whittam. And the count is 2-1. Now the scoreboard's got it correct. It looked like he was jumping out of the way to not be hit by that pitch, and he kind of dropped his bat, and it must have ticked the baseball as it went by. 2-1 on Cardokas. Swings early and fouls it way out of the stadium down the right field line. 2-2. Cole Manuel on deck for the BJs. Noah Giovanelli is in the hole. Levi Robertson in his 6th inning of work here. He brings the 2-2 pitch. Ball is lifted in the air. Down the first base line, it's foul, and now coming over to make the play with a better angle is Dustin Chartrand. So a foul out to 4. Finnegan has to stay at first base. 1 away for the BJs here in the top of the 6th, and Cole Manuel will come to the plate. Cole struck out in the 1st inning, and he hit into that double play to end the 3rd inning, 6-4-3. So 0 for 2 for the BJ's catcher. Righty versus righty on this matchup. Robertson's pitch is outside. Finnegan bluffed like he might be taken off there and then held on. Finnegan at first base with 1 away. Hornets 4, BJ's 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. It looks like there's a little bit of action going on down here in the Hornets bullpen, where Robertson has been tough. Here's the pitch, way high, and that's 3-0. So plate discipline now becomes a big thing for Cole Manuel. He's got the count right where he wants it. He can take a couple of times to look for his pitch and location here. Trying to get the BJs some base runners here and see if they can get back into this ball game. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 4. So the BJs with 2 on and 1 out. Jackson Woodham, the catcher, will head out to the mound to talk to Levi Robertson as Noah Giovanelli steps to the plate. Giovanelli with a foul out to the catcher in the second, and he struck out in the 4th inning. Woodham comes back to his spot behind the plate. You know, we keep telling you the temperature's not terrible here. It's 87, but the humidity is pretty high. And a lot of times that means you start getting really sweaty. You have a hard time grabbing onto the ball. There's just all kind of things can go on when you've got that high humidity. Here's the pitch. It's called for a strike, 0-1. Giovanelli 0 for 2 from Sonoma, California. One of the players for Point Loma Nazarene out there on the West Coast. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and he fouls it straight back. It's 0-2. Sun dancing around with the clouds a little bit right now. Looks like right now it's mostly covered up, but there's a little light down here on the right field side, and now the light right moves across. The 0-2 pitch up the middle, could be 2. Flip to second base, 1 on 0 to first. Double play. What a great defensive play, and that's twice now that Levi Robertson has been able to get out of an inning on a double play. No runs for Liberal in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 4-1 Hornets. This is live stream coverage of NBC baseball.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Where you been, hey?
Little field research, showing what we got.
Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
And J.D. Power backs it up.
Ford is #1 in new vehicle quality, and F-Series are America's best-selling trucks.
Great deals, crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
Get 0% APR for 36 months and $1,000 toward your down payment on select Ford vehicles, plus a complimentary maintenance plan for 2 years.
While you sleep, it's time to raise up, show that evil we ain't weak. We don't turn the other cheek. I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
To the bottom of the 6th we go here at X Stadium on the campus of Wichita State University, the 92nd annual NBC World Series going on. And so far we've got the BTL Hornets with a 4-1 lead over the Liberal BJs. Looks like Andrew Banda, actually I think we've got a new picture now. Let me see if I can get a number for you. Stephen Brown now comes on to pitch for the BJs. So we'll close the book on Andrew Banda's day. Stephen Brown from Lawton, Oklahoma. He plays for Southwestern Christian. He goes 6'2", a right-hander at 195. So a new pitcher for the BJs. Gives us a little bit of time here to tell you about some of the special promotions coming up for the World Series. Today is Military Appreciation Day. Tomorrow and Sunday, one of the things the NBC is known for, baseball round the clock. 30 hours straight of baseball. I think that's 11 games in a row, and there will be a number of fans who will be here trying to get at all of those games, and if they can do that, I think they get a T-shirt, but it's just not any T-shirt. It's a round-the-clock T-shirt. Certainly a special honor for those fans who do that. Top of the sixth, Brady Haskell will lean it off, and there's a pitch that's called a strike. Brady is 1 for 2 in this ball game. He singled to left in the second, and he flew out to left in the fourth, a left-handed batter. And he goes around on that one. It's strike 2, 0-2. Andrew Banda allows 4 runs, 10 hits. Pitches outside 1-2. He did strike out 3. He kind of got his stuff going pretty good in the third and fourth inning and had a nice run of strikeouts. But he sits down now, and Stephen Brown is in. 1-2 the count, and it's outside 2-2. Brody Haskell now. Brad Blankenship, the designated hitter, is next, and Clayton Anderson will follow him. Brown's 2-2 pitch, and it's just foul tipped. So we'll do it again. Two and two the count, bottom of the sixth. BTL Hornets on top 4-1 over the Liberal BJs. Here's the pitch, swung on, foul tipped again. He's going to stay alive. Brody Haskell, 1 for 2 so far today. He did score a run in the second inning. He pokes that one foul and out of play over the bullpen down on the left field side. Liberal defense with a pretty big gap in the infield against Brody Haskell between the shortstop and the second baseman. And they're playing him around to hit it the other way in the outfield. Swing and a miss. And so Stephen Brown has a strikeout for his first out in his opening appearance, and that will bring up Brad Blankenship. Brad's 0 for 2, hit into a fielder's choice to second in the second inning, and he grounded out to the shortstop in the fourth. Outfield defense will play straight up this time. There's that big gap again for Liberal. Lots of room up to the center fielder. Off-speed pitch is strike 1 for Stephen Brown. Brown will be a senior at Southwestern Christian this coming year. The 0-1 pitch, way outside. That's all the way to the backstop. And the count is 1-1. Two more games coming up tonight here at X Stadium, Wichita State. Next game starts at 6 o'clock. We'll play one this evening as well. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that's low and away for ball 2. Not much air moving the flag around at this time. Pretty still out there right now. The 2-1 pitch on the way to Blankenship. Outside for 3-1. The shortstop here, Drew Gartman, is just swung way over towards the third base side. This is really quite a defensive position. Pitch is called strike. The count now goes full at 3-2. Clayton Anderson on deck for the Hornets. Dustin Chartrand will be in the hole. The 3-2 pitch from Stephen Brown. Swung on, tapped foul. And we'll do it again. X Stadium, Tyler Field. A lot of history in this place. Swing and a miss, a second consecutive strikeout for Stephen Brown, and Blankenship goes down. And the batter will be the right fielder, Clayton Anderson. Anderson had a single to center and a single to left, so he is 2 for 2. He also had a stolen base in the 4th inning. That was on a double steal attempt. Two out. Stephen Brown, 2 strikeouts so far. Here's the pitch. That one's high to start off to Clayton Anderson. The 1-0 pitch now on the way. And that one's lifted into shallow left field. Going back is the shortstop, Drew Gartman, and he makes the play. And a 1-2-3 inning for the BJs on defense. We've completed 6 full innings of play here, and our score remains the BTL Hornets 4, the Liberal BJs 1. You're watching live stream baseball of the World Series, the NBC World Series.
Every summer, the NBC World Series comes alive with energy, excitement, and the spirit of baseball. But what makes it truly special? Fans like you. Because of your support, kids get to experience the magic of the game. Your donations power youth clinics, grants, and equipment drives, while sharing Kaiser Carlisle's mantra to play hard and have fun. Together, we honor the legends of the past and preserve the rich history of the NBC World Series for generations to come.
Robertson back on the mound for the BTL Hornets to start off the 7th inning. So far, he has been pretty dominant today. He's had a couple of moments, and the only run that the BJs have was on his error after he knocked down a quick line drive right back at him. He picked it up in plenty of time, but his toss over to first was high, just in time for the runner to make it to first base, and the run scored. So he could have a shutout going if he'd have made that play, but he's still been pretty darn impressive. He will lead off, or he starts off this inning against Cal Anthony. Anthony is 1 for 2. Correction, 1 for 1, and he lines this one into right field over the head of Clayton Anderson, and Anthony's got extra bases as it rolls all the way to the wall. He is heading for third base, and the throw is going to be way late and offline, and now he's trotting home. Got a play at the plate. He slides in safe. So Cal Anthony says, let me just get a run on my own. I imagine that will go down as a triple and an error on the throw in, because Anthony was going to stop, and then that throw got away out there. And he just said, let's go, and he slides in for the second Liberal run. This one really got up on Clayton Anderson. He wasn't expecting that, and he kind of got a bad jump on it. And then you can see Anthony is just on his wheels. He's going to kind of slow down here, and then, oh, no, there's ball's got thrown away. And he slides in just in time to score the second run for the BJs and bring some energy back for the faithful from Liberal. And now here's a 1-0 pitch, and that's high. 2-0 to Adam Swanson, the designated hitter. The count. Here we go. And that one's called a strike, 2-1. Swanson with one of now 2 hits for the BJs. He singled to left in the 2nd inning, and he grounded to short to end the 4th inning. So now 4-2. And a swing and a miss now. And Robertson gets the count back to 2-2. Boy, Cal Anthony showed some wheels out there. He never doubted the triple. His coach at third base said, let's stop here, and then the ball got away, and Anthony took off and he scored. Now here's a pitch high, and the count goes full. to Adam Swanson with Trent Ueda on deck. Top of the 7th, 4-2 Hornets. But the BJs already have a run across here in the inning. There's a pitch fouled away, going to go into the stands off the aluminum seating down the right side. Ueda and Drew Gartman with Seth Green in the hole for the BJs here in the top of the 7th. Pitch is fouled at the plate. It's going to stay full, 3-2. I don't have a pitch count on Levi Robertson, but he's got to be getting some up there, and there is, again, activity in the Hornets bullpen. The 3-2 pitch on the way, lifted into center field and deep. On his horse is Josh Holmes, and he tracks it down as he falls just onto the warning track out there. Wow. Josh Holmes kind of got turned around on that play, but he stays with it. You can kind of see him commenting there with Cade Martinez as we take another look at that play. Boy, that ball carried. The wind might have helped that one a little bit, and a little turnaround there, and he's able to get his bearings back and fall down to the warning track after he makes the catch. So a long fly out to center field for the first out of the inning. And now we have a visit at the mound. And I have a feeling we've seen the last of Levi Robertson. So we have a triple and then a run that scored on an error so far, and then a fly ball to just short of the warning track. And Robertson looks like he's going to stay. It looks like that was Cade Uniac in the bullpen, and he's listed as a utility player, but Robertson's going to stay in the game, and he will face Trent Ueda. Trent 0 for 2. He takes the ball here. Had a fielder's choice in the second, and he flew out to center to start the 5th inning. So one fast run and then one noisy out. Pitch is outside, 2-0. Levi Robertson's gone all the way so far, allowed just 2 runs on 3 hits. The 2-0 pitch here, right down the middle for strike 1. Drew Gartman in the on-deck circle for the BJs. 1 away, top of the 7th inning, 4-2. BTL Hornets on top. That one's fouled straight back, and so the count evens out at 2-2. Tim Horton, the umpire at the plate today. Danford Winiger is at first base, and Conan Strobel at third. Done a great job so far for us. That pitch is outside, and it's a full count. One of the things maybe you could say about Levi Robertson today, he has had several full counts, and so I know his pitch count is up pretty high. 3-2 with 1 away here in the top of the 7th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And Trent Ueda strikes out. So the second out of the inning for Robertson is a strikeout. And that will bring to the plate Drew Gartman, the second for the shortstop. He reached on an error, the error in the first inning or the second inning that allowed the first run to score for the BJs. And then he flew out to right field in the 5th inning. Nobody on base, 2 away, but 1 run in so far for the BJs. That pitch is high for ball 1. Again, if Gartman can keep it going, then Seth Green is on deck. Robertson delivers. That one's high and inside. 2-0. So just like the last batter, Robertson getting behind on the hitter here. Defense is straight away. Right fielder is in pretty short here for this one. And there's a pitch that's outside, and it's 3-0. Right fielder Clayton Anderson being short cost the Hornets at the start of this inning, as Cal Anthony hit a triple over his head and then was able to score on the play when the throw got away from the infield. And there's ball 4, a 4-pitch walk for Gartman. So he will be on at first. And let's see. Right now, no move from the Hornets dugout. Jackson Woodham, the catcher, will go out to talk to Robertson. Probably tell him, let's get the out and don't worry about the runner out there. It is Seth Green coming to the plate for the BJs. Seth flied out to left in the second. He flied out to right field in the fifth. So Jackson Woodham back behind the plate. The left-hander Green steps in. Here comes Robertson's pitch. Swung on to the first baseman. That is a fair ball, and he steps on the bag. So a 3 unassisted to retire the side. But Liberal gets one back in the top of the 7th inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. And your score is BTL Hornets 4 and the BJs 2. This is World Series live stream coverage for the National Baseball Conference.
At Evergy, we're focused not just on what we power, but on who we power, right here in our community. We provide payment assistance to our neighbors who need it. Invest in organizations and people, creating opportunity for all to benefit. And volunteer our time around our hometown so that together we improve it. Because we're committed to spreading good energy throughout our community. Evergy, the utility company.
It's the bottom of the 7th inning here at Wichita State X Stadium, Tyler Field. The BTL Hornets come to the plate leading 4-2 over the BJs. The BJs were able to cut into that lead with a noisy run in the top of the 7th inning, a triple over the head of the right fielder. Allowed Cal Anthony to get all the way to third, and then a wild throw on the throw in, and Anthony turned on the jets and made it home. And then the very next batter came to the plate with an opportunity to keep that streak going, Adam Swinson, and he drove one to deep center field that was run down nicely by Josh Holmes. And so that's where we are here. 4-2 BJs in the obstruction. 4-2 BTL Hornets as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And leading off is Dustin Chartrand for the Hornets. And he takes the first pitch for a strike. Chartrand wearing 00 today as his uniform number, something you don't see very often. He hit into a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning and grounded into, or correction, struck out. And now here's a grounder to second base. Trenton Ueda, as it picks it up, tosses over to Giovanelli, and an easy 4-3 put out and one away in the top of the 7th inning. So we go back to the top of the order. And Josh Holmes comes up. Josh Holmes is 2 for 3. He has scored a run. He has hit 2 doubles so far in this ballgame. So you start talking about the possibility of players of the game. You think about Levi Robertson and the great job that he's done through 7 innings of solid pitching. But you got to think about 2 doubles by Josh Holmes as well. That pitch is outside for ball 1. Stephen Brown is on for his 2nd inning of relief. He took over for Andrew Banda, who went the first 5 and allowed 4 runs. Here's the pitch, the line drive down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul. Long and quick, it made it all the way to the outfield wall, but it was foul all the way. And that makes the count 1-1.
Technology issues for the 7th inning stretch. Also, after the game, after the game tonight, don't check out Johnny's Tavern. Great beer, great
Josh Holmes came out of the batter's box so fast, his helmet was off before he ever got to the double line down the line on the first base side. And now he fouls this one out to the right field side. And the count is 1-2. Again, the BJ's infield defense with a nice wide hole straight up the middle. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Josh Holmes. And he lifts it in the air. Right fielder coming in, center fielder coming in. There's a collision out there. I think Ben Finnegan ended up with the catch, and then both players went down, and boy, that makes you feel a little worried out there. Not a lot of communication, apparently. But Finnegan makes the play. Let's take a look at it here on the replay. Kind of right in the middle between them. Hung up in the air that both players were able to get to it. And Finnegan is the one who stepped in front of Cal Anthony to make that catch. And then both players went down. So 2 away, and Kyle Graves is the hitter for the Hornets. And Kyle takes a strike. Kyle walked in the first. He fouled out to the left fielder in the third inning, and he had a single to left and scored a run and also got a stolen base in the fifth. 0-1 the count. And that pitch is fouled at his feet, and it's 0-2. Looks like both Ben Finnegan and Cal Anthony are okay out there. Oh, you worry about collisions in the outfield because generally both players are going at top speed. And when that happens and bodies collide, lots of bad things can happen. But we're fortunate. It looks like that things are okay out there. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's high and outside for a ball. 1-2. Look ahead to the BJs in the 8th inning, and they will have the top of the order coming up. Finnegan, Kardakis, and Cole Manuel. As they look to erase what's right now a 2-run deficit. 1-2 the count. Brown's pitch is a called strike 3. So Kyle Graves goes down looking, and that will end the 7th inning. After 7 complete, it's the BTL Hornets 4 and the Liberal BJs 2. This is live stream coverage of the NBC World Series.
Your family may change over time, but one thing that stays consistent is the need for safe, reliable transportation.
Whether you're dropping the kids off at school each morning or sending them off to college, a quality pre-owned vehicle from Davis Moore will ensure they make it there safely.
We keep our lot stocked with hundreds of used vehicles, and every single one has passed our rigorous 171-point inspection.
Come browse our extensive selection of pre-owned vehicles at any Davis Moore location or check us out online at davis-moore.com.
You've got better things to do than scrubbing your car. Club Car Wash has you covered. Superior service, unmatched quality, premium amenities. Give your car the treatment it needs. Join now for unlimited washes. Experience the joy of driving a sparkling clean car again, only at Club Car Wash. Learn more at clubcarwash.com.
Top of the 8th coming up here at X Stadium Tyler Field on Wichita State University campus. BTL Hornets, 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Liberal BJs, 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. We've got a left-handed pitcher out there right now. We'll see if we can get his number. It looks like that's number 2. Listed as utility player. That should be Cade Uniac. We'll double-check and make sure that that's the right name. Cade from Overland Park, Kansas, played or is going to play at Neosho County. He's 5'11 and 180. And he will face the top of the order for the BJs and Ben Finnegan. And the first pitch is high for a ball 1. So Levi Robertson goes 7 strong allows 2 runs on 3 hits before he is shut down. And Cade Uniac, a left-hander, is the first pitcher, or the new pitcher. It's called the bullpen. Bullpen is brought to you by Kansas 811. Whether you're planting a tree, building a fence, or starting your next project, always call 811 before you dig. Kansas 811. Know what's below before you dig. Pitches outside, and Uniac comes in and goes to a 3-0 count on Ben Finnegan. Ben has one of the BJ's hits. He had a single to center field in the 6th inning. He has also flied out twice, and there's ball 4. So Liberal gets just what they need. They get a leadoff runner here to start the 8th inning. And it will be Cooper Kardakis who will come up to bat for the BJ's. Kardakis on the day has a walk in the 3rd. He is 0 for 2 officially. First pitch is a ball. So the first 5 pitches that have been offered by Uniac have been balls. Finnegan at first for the BJ's. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. And that's inside for ball 2. Quinn Grobel holds Finnegan at first. In at 3rd on defense is Brody Haskell. And ball 3. So Uniac struggling to find the strike zone here. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and it's a called strike 3-1. Cole Manuel on deck for the BJ's. Noah Giovanelli is in the hole. Top of the 8th, 4-2 Hornets, but the BJ's have their leadoff runner on board here in the top. Pitch is lifted in the air. Center fielder comes over to the left-hand side, and he's got it, and he makes the play, so 1 away. Finnegan has to stay at first. That brings up Cole Manuel. Cole has a walk. He's 0 for 2. He hit into a big double play to end the 3rd inning, and he struck out in the 1st. Lefty versus righty matchup here. Finnegan on first base following a walk. And now Uniac brings first pitch to Manuel, and it's high for ball 1. You wouldn't think the BJ's would try a stolen base down 2 here in the 8th, but you never know. Here's a pitch, ball for ball 2, especially right now since Uniac seems to be having a lot of time locating the plate here. He was able to get the flyout on Cooper Kardakis, and now here's turned and fouled down the left field line, so it's going to be 2-1. But so far he's been behind the count to all 3 runners, and of course that includes the 4-pitch walk to Ben Finnegan to start the inning. Noah Giovanelli on deck. Noah so far in the game is 0 for 3. The pitch to Manuel. It's a ball. And so now Cole can take pitch and location here to find the one he wants to try and drive it if he chooses. Doesn't have to swing since he's just got 1 strike on him. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike. Cole Manuel was ready to go on down to first. So he doesn't agree with that. Looks back towards home plate umpire Tim Horton. Count is 3-2. Now you might see some action here on first. You might see Finnegan on a hit and run with the 3-2 count. Gets a fairly short lead away. Now he links it just a little bit. Not going. Here's the pitch, fouled straight back, and we'll do it again. Three into the count on Cole Manuel, the BJ's catcher. Finnegan at first, 1 away. Here's the pitch, and that's high for ball 4. So the BJs have runners now at first and second base with Noah Giovanelli coming in. 2 walks in the inning so far for Cade Uniac. This will be a lefty versus lefty matchup. Again, Giovanelli fouled out to the catcher in the second inning. He struck out in the 4th, and he ended the inning in the 6th on a 6-4-3 double play, and the pitch is outside for ball 1. So you would think the BJs now have to be in the mode of let's make Uniac throw strikes, because right now he's struggling with that. 1st and 2nd with 1 away. Here's the pitch. Way outside for ball 2. Looks like the Hornets have somebody up in their bullpen. You got a righty down there working. The 2-0 count to Giovanelli. Way outside. Ball 3 and out. Looks like Uniac is just frustrated with himself. And his catcher, Jackson Whitten, is going to come out and visit with him for a little bit and try and calm him down. And Dustin Chartrand will come in from second base as well. Just a little bit of encouragement. You got this. You can handle this, Cade. Against Giovanelli, you definitely don't want to throw one right down the middle of the plate. I have a feeling Giovanelli could drive that one for a long way. The wind is pretty much still right now. Here at X Stadium, the 3-0 pitch on the way. And it's a called strike, 3-1. That bat wasn't going to leave Giovanelli's shoulder for any reason that time. 3-1 the count. Uniac set the pitch. And that's high for ball 4. And Cade Uniac has walked the bases loaded. And now here comes another mound. In fact, we've got a mound visit and we're going to have a pitching change here. Pitching change coming up, fans. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Kansas 811. Whether you're planting a tree, building a fence, or starting your next project, always call 811 before you dig. Kansas 811. Know what's below before you dig. We'll have the new pitcher information for you when we come back. This is World Series live stream coverage.
Hey, howdy ho, neighbor! Request to locate, huh? I think I know what I'm doing. I'll be done before you could spell 811.
Digging without locating the underground utilities is like driving with your eyes closed.
It's fine! Jeff, what did you do? I think I broke the law!
Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time. Click or call Kansas 811.
All right, an interesting development here. Brad Blankenship, who has been playing designated hitter the whole entire game, will now be the new pitcher for the Hornets. So that loses then for them the designated hitter rule unless they make changes. And I will tell you, first of all, I'm so old school, I still don't like the designated hitter. But I don't know if they can swap things around. I think they lose the designated hitter now. And that becomes a position player since that's where Blankenship is now. But he comes in to pitch after Cade Uniac came in and walked the bases loaded. Liberal BJs have runners everywhere without having to swing the bat. And Cal Anthony will come up. Anthony was the one who scored the BJ's second run in the top of the 7th inning with a long triple over the head of Clayton Anderson, the right fielder for the Hornets. And then he came on in to score after the relay throw into the infield got away. And so one quick hit got the BJs back to where they were going a little closer. And that's where we stand now with our score 4-2 here in the top of the 8th. Again, 1 away. The BJs have the bases loaded with just 1 out. And the designated hitter, Brad Blankenship, for the Hornets is now the pitcher. So this is the 3rd pitcher for the Hornets that come in. Levi Robertson went the first 7, did a really nice job just allowing 2 runs. Cade Uniac came in to start this inning. He walked his first player on 4 pitches, did get a fly out by Cooper Kardakis for 1 away, and now he's walked the last 2. And the first pitch is swung on and missed by Cal Anthony from Brad Blankenship. And so the count is 0-1. Anthony with a run scored. He was hit by, actually he has 2 runs scored. He was hit by a pitch. He struck out on the 4th, and he had that triple and then a run scored on an error in the 7th. And he lines this one foul and out of play down the left field line, and quickly Anthony falls behind 0-2. Adam Swanson, the designated hitter, is on deck. The worst thing that Anthony could do right now would be to hit into a double play. Runners are tight at the corners. I would imagine, here's the pitch, and it's wound foul and backing out of play. I would imagine the Hornets might allow a run to score to get an out here. Their middle infielders are playing back in normal position. And with Anthony's speed, it would be pretty tough to double him up unless he just hit a line shot right at somebody. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouls it away again. So Anthony scuffling up there, keeping the count alive, keeping the at-bat alive by fouling off pitches. Ben Finnegan is on third for the BJs. Cole Manuel on second. And Noah Giovanelli is on first. All reached on a base on balls. Here comes Blankenship's 0-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there for Blankenship, and that's 2 away. And that means the infielders can go back to normal depth. Off speed, looks like a slider. And Anthony just out in front of it a little bit, and he goes down. So 2 away now, and it's going to take a hit or an error or a walk for Adam Swanson to try and cut into this deficit. Swanson has a single in the 2nd. He didn't advance. Ground out and a fly out. So he is 1 for 2 for the BJs today. Here's the pitch. And it's a little high for ball 1. Third baseman Brody Haskell still pretty tight at that corner. The first baseman Quinn Grobel has backed away and is not holding on the runner at first base. The pitch is outside for 2-0. So Blankenship came down in and mowed down his first batter, Cal Anthony, but now he's missed the plate twice here. 4-2 Hornets here in the top of the 8th, but the BJs threaten with 2 out. And that pitch is in there for a strike. Looked like Swanson thought about it, and then he held off and the pitch was called. Swanson from Ottawa, Illinois. The 2-1 count. Blankenship taking his time. Now he's set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Blankenship's able to get the count back to even. It's now 2-2 with 2 out here, and the base is loaded for the BJs in the top of the 8th. Blankenship gets the sign. Here comes the pitch to Swanson. And it's a called strike 3 on the corner. And so 2 strikeouts for Brad Blankenship in relief, and that retires the side. BJ's strand 3 runners. We've completed 8.5. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still Hornets 4, BJ's 2. This is live stream coverage of the NBC World Series.
When you look for a place to learn, train, and grow, you need something that fits with your life. At Butler Community College, we want you to reach your goals in the most affordable way possible. That's why we keep our tuition rates low, so you don't have to stress about your future.
It's why we offer hundreds of scholarship opportunities for pursuing your passion.
And it's why we work hard to provide a professional higher education at a lower price tag. Butler Community College. Let's get started.
Stephen Brown comes in for his third inning of relief work here for the BJs as we go to the bottom of the 8th. He will face Cade Martinez, Quinn Grobel, and Jackson Whitten, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Hornets as they hold on to a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Andrew Banda went the first 5 for the BJs. He allowed 4 runs on 10 hits. Stephen Brown so far done a pretty good job of keeping the Hornets off the board as he's pitched 2 shutout innings so far. Liberal had a great opportunity in the top of the 8th. They had the bases loaded all on walks with 1 out in the top of the 3rd, but then Brad Blankenship was called in on relief, and he struck out the next 2 batters to retire the side. So 4-2 Hornets as we get set for the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be Cade Martinez to lead off for the Hornets. He had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning, struck out in the 3rd, and he fouled out to left field on a great running play by Seth Green in the 7th inning. Correction, in the 5th inning. So he leads off here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch, and it's low for ball 1. Looking ahead to the BJ's 9th, it will be Trent Ueda, Drew Gartman, and Seth Green scheduled. We'll see if we have any pinch hitting action. There's a pitch that's off the plate, and it's 2-0. Stephen Brown out of Lawton, Oklahoma, playing for Southwestern Christian. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Cade Martinez, the left fielder. He's made a couple of nice plays on defense so far today. DeSoto, Kansas for Cade Martinez, his hometown. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it's on the outside corner, a called strike. Brown's able to get the count back to 2-2. Here's the pitch, low for ball 3. Cooper Cardock is playing pretty far in on the 3rd base corner there. Comes in for the pitch. 3-2 count. Here's Brown's delivery. And it's outside for ball 4. So Cade Martinez draws a leadoff walk. That will bring up Quinn Grobel. Quinn, the first baseman, fielder's choice RBI in the 1st. He had a single to center in the 3rd, and he had a double to left field in the 5th inning. So he's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch, outside for ball 1. Martinez getting a pretty big lead down there on 1st. The 1-0 pitch. It's hit to 1st. Nice diving stop. Great play by Noah Giovanelli. And a good job covering by Stephen Brown to get the out at first base on the play. The runner will go to 2nd. So Cade Martinez now is at 2nd on the fielder's choice. But man, Giovanelli laid out there, showing a little bit of the leather for the big guy playing first base. Take a look at this again. It's pretty impressive. He backed off the first baseman as the pitch was thrown, and then just full laid out, grabbed that one. Stephen Brown, a great job. The throw was a little bit behind him, but some fancy footwork by Stephen Brown was able to record the out. So we got a runner at 2nd and 1 away. And Jackson Whitten will come to the plate. Brown's first pitch to Whitten. Nearly hit him. Whitten backs off. 1-0. Whitten with a single in the 1st. Called strikeout in the 3rd. And he grounded to the 3rd baseman in the 5th inning. So 1 for 2. Here's Brown's pitch, and that did hit him. There was no place to go for Jackson Whitten on that one. That pitch had him trained all the way from the beginning. He tried to duck out of it, but hit him up in the upper arm, maybe a little bit off the chest. Looks like he's doing okay out there, though. And Brody Haskell comes to the plate with runners at first and second, and one away here in the bottom of the 8th. Brown's pitch way outside for ball 1. Brody Haskell, a single and a run scored in the 2nd inning. He flew out to left in the 4th, and he struck out in the 6th. So 1 for 3 with a run scored. 1-0 the count here. Stephen Brown's pitch. And that one is inside for 2-0. BJ's infield trying to keep Martinez close at second base. Here comes the pitch, and that's right down the middle for a strike. 2-1. Giovanelli is not holding the runner on, trying to cut down against the left-handed hitter hitting one down that right field line. 2-1 the count. The pitch. Ground ball slowly hit to second. They're going to get the out at first. So you hit it to Giovanelli for the second out, but on the play, Martinez goes to third, and Whitten goes to second.
Now coming to the plate, Brad.
So fielder's choice 4-3, and that means 2 outs. And Brad Blankenship comes to the plate. And we've got a coaching visit to the mound, and we may see a new pitcher here. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Kansas 811. Whether you're planting a tree, building a fence, or starting your next project, always call 811 before you dig. Kansas 811. Know what's below before you dig. We'll have the new pitcher for you when we come back to World Series coverage of the NBC.
Hey, howdy ho, neighbor! Request to locate, huh? I think I know what I'm doing. I'll be done before you could spell 811.
Digging without locating the underground utilities is like driving with your eyes closed.
It's fine! Jeff, what did you do? I think I broke the law!
Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time. Click or call Kansas 811.
Thomas Fowler is the new pitcher for the Liberal BJs. Thomas, a left-hander, a right-hander, from Cedar Park, Texas, and he's in the transfer portal, coming out of the transfer portal, looking for a place to play. So Thomas, 6'5", a tall kid, 195 out there. We'll try and get the BJs out of this jam here. 2nd and 3rd for the Hornets with 2 away. And Brad Blankenship will come to the plate. Blankenship was the designated hitter, then he became in as the relief pitcher. As a relief pitcher, he struck out the 2 batters he faced, and he got the Hornets out of a big jam. Bases loaded, 1 away jam. So Blankenship did a great job there. At the plate today, he's 0 for 3. He hit it in the fielder's choice. Out of the grounder to shortstop, and he struck out in the 6th inning. So Thomas Fowler becomes the 3rd Liberal BJ's pitcher. Andrew Banda went 5. Stephen Brown goes 2 2/3 before he's come out of this ball game. He is responsible for both of the base runners that are on currently, and both of those players reached by way of a free pass, a base on balls to Cade Martinez, and a hit by pitch to Jackson Whitten. This is the 4th game so far for the 92nd World Series, and all these games have been pretty close. A couple of thrillers last night, including the first one that went into extra innings. So Blankenship, the batter, to face Thomas Fowler. 2 away, runners on second and third. Infield at normal depth for the BJs with 2 out. And here comes Fowler's first pitch, and it's outside for ball 1. Blankenship, a big kid, 6'4", 205, out of Bentonville, Arkansas. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and that one is outside. Nice stop there by Cole Manuel to keep that one in his glove. So 2-0 quickly for Thomas Fowler. Blankenship can look for his pitch here. 2-0 pitch on the way. And that's a ball 3. So 3-0 now with Clayton Anderson, the right fielder, on deck for the Hornets. There is a base out there for Blankenship. First base is open. So I know they don't want to give Blankenship too much to hit here. 3-0 pitch on the way, and that's low for ball 4. So the bases are loaded, and here comes Clayton Anderson. Anderson on the day is 2 for 3, a couple of singles, and he also has a stolen base. Anderson bats from the right side, so righty versus righty here. Now there's no room for the hitter. It's either going to be an out or a run. Thomas Fowler's first pitch to Clayton Anderson. And it's a ball low and away. Fowler now has missed on 5 straight pitches. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one's called a strike on the inside corner. First strike for Thomas Fowler, and the count goes to 1-1. Anderson out of Gardner, Kansas, up in that Kansas City area. Some of these players are from that area up there for the BTL Baseball Elite Camp Academy up there. Their second straight year to participate in the NBC World Series. Here's the pitch. It's lifted into right field, kind of slicing away, a long run, and it falls in fair. 1 run is in. Here comes a second run that will hold everybody else there. So 2 runs for the Hornets on that slicing double that was nearly caught by Cal Anthony, but he just came up a little bit short. Good plate appearance that time for Clayton Anderson.
Now batting, Dustin Chartrand.
So Anderson with a double to second base, drives in 2, and that makes our score 6-2 now. Hornets with the lead. Some great insurance runs there for BTL. And here's Dustin Chartrand. He swings and misses. 0-1. Well, I tell you, you couldn't have gone out there and placed that ball any better than where Clayton Anderson hit it. Just out of the diving attempt by Cal Anthony, who's got a lot of speed out there, and he just couldn't quite get to it. There's a pitch for a strike, 0-2. But 2 big insurance runs for the Hornets, and they still got runners at second and third here with 2 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here comes Fowler's pitch. And that one gets away. Here comes a run to the plate. And another run scores on a wild pitch. On the play, Clayton Anderson moves to third. And so now it's 7-2. That's one of those that could be called a wild pitch or could be called a pass ball. That's where the official scorekeeper earns their money. But either way, the pitch got away from the catcher, Cole Manuel, and allowed another run to score. The count is 1-2 to Chartrand. Here's the pitch. And he hits a ground ball to third. Nice big hop. And Cardokas is able to pick it up and complete the play. But damage for the Hornets. They score 3 big runs, and they go into the top of the ninth now with a 7-2 lead over the BJs. Liberal with one more chance when we come back. You're watching live stream coverage of the NBC World Series.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Where you been, Hank?
Little field research. Showing what we got.
Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
And J.D. Power backs it up.
Ford is #1 in new vehicle quality, and F-Series are America's best-selling trucks.
Great deals, crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
Get 0% APR for 36 months and $1,000 toward your down payment on select Ford vehicles, plus a complimentary maintenance plan for 2 years.
What does a $7 big deal meal get you at Sonic? The real question is, what doesn't it get you? Enjoy a full meal plus premium chicken bites for just $7. It's the $7 Sonic Big Deal Meal.
You want to live free?
Brad Blankenship comes back to the mound for the BTL Hornets, and why not? Boy, he came in a huge jam in the top of the 8th inning. The BJs had 3 runners on, bases loaded with just 1 out. And Blankenship shut him down. 2 straight strikeouts to get the Hornets out of that inning. And then since then, the Hornets have put up 3 runs in their half of the 8th inning. And so they come into the top of the 9th here with a more comfortable 7-2 lead over the BJs. Scheduled to hit is Trent Ueda, Drew Gartman, and Seth Green. Ueda will come to the plate. He's 0 for 3. A fielder's choice in the 2nd. Flew out to center in the 5th, and he struck out in the 7th. He's 0 for 3. Here comes the pitch from Blankenship, and it's called strike on the inside corner. 0-1. BTL Hornets looking for just their 2nd ever NBC World Series win. Last year in their first appearance, they were 1-2. They won their last game in pool play to go that 1-2 record. They beat the Derby Twins. There's a foul ball, and Ueda is down quickly, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Blankenship comes in and has struck out 3 consecutive players now. 1 away, and Drew Gartman will come to the plate for the BJs. Gartman 1 for 2 officially. He reached on an error, or correction, 0 for 2 officially. He reached on an error in the 2nd inning. He flew out to right field in the 5th, and he was one of those. We got a walk in the 7th inning. Now he's hit by a pitch here, and so he will be on first base again.
Now up, Seth Green.
And that will bring Seth Green to the mound. Seth's 0 for 3. 2 flyouts and a pop-up to the first baseman, Quinn Groban. Pitch is a ball. 1-0 to Seth Green with a runner on base. Liberal trying to find some base runners here, down by 5 in the top of the 9th. There's a little soft liner over the shortstop's head and on into left field. And that's what you got to do if you're a BJ. Soft single to left for Seth Green, and that brings it to the top of the order. And Ben Finnegan will bat. So first and second for the BJs, 1 away.
Coming to the plate, the BJ, Finnegan.
Finnegan officially is 1 for 3. He walked in the 8th. Singled in the 6th, and he had 2 flyouts in the 1st and the 3rd. Blankenship, the righty, versus the lefty Finnegan, and that's way high and outside for ball 1. Hornets bullpen will get active down there. 7-2 Hornets, top of the 9th. BJ's trying to scratch their way back into this one. They've got runners at first and second with 1 out. Here's the pitch, and that one's fouled off to the left side and out of play. And the count will go to 1-1. Wind has picked up again. It's been off and on all day. Blowing strong now again across from right to left. Here's the pitch. And it's taken for a strike, and the count is 1-2. Cooper Kardokas is in the on-deck circle for the BJs. 1-2 on Ben Finnegan, the center fielder. Blankenship with the pitch. Outside. Count goes to 2-2. Defense playing pretty much straight up here. Shortstop Kyle Graves trying to keep Gartman close. Here's the ball popped into the air, right field. Clayton Anderson underneath it. 2 away, runners will have to hold. And so the BJs are down to their final out, and it's Cooper Kardokas.
Now batting,
Cooper with a walk in the 3rd. His only time on base, he is officially 0 for 3. Cooper, the 3rd baseman for the BJs. The last hope for them to try and get back into this ball game. There are runners on first and second, but now 2 outs. Blankenship in line for a save in this ball game if he can get out of it. There's a pitch high and away for ball 1. If the BJs go on and lose this game, and it's looking tough for them right now, they're going to look back at that 8th inning and all those base runners and nothing out of it. There's a shot, little line drive. It's going to get between the players and head towards the wall. 1 run is going to score. 2 runs are going to score. And a double for Cooper Kardokas. And the hope remains alive for the BJs. It's now 7-4. A seeing eye double, if you will. The turf helped that one get all the way back to the wall. The runners scored easily on the play. Gartman scores, Seth Green scores from 3rd, and it's 7-4, and here's Cole Manuel. Pitch is right through there for a strike. Cole has 2 walks in the game, also a strikeout, and he grounded into a double play in the 3rd, so officially 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Low and away for ball 1. 1-1. Cooper Kardokas on second base. His double pushed 2 runs across here in the top of the 9th for the BJs. They're still down by 3. There's a pitch outside. Nice job by Jackson Whitten to keep that one in front of him, and it's a 2-1 count now. So don't write the BJs off. The heart of their order is at the plate, and it's already contributed here with a big 2-run double to draw them back to within 3. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Brad Blankenship. Swing and a miss. Nicole Manuel had a rip at it. And the count goes to 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Line down the third base side. That's a fair ball. Kardakis is going to score easy. Emmanuel's going to lug into second base with a double, and it's 7-5. And the BJs will bring the tying run to the plate in Noah Giovanelli. Back-to-back doubles. BJ's now with 3 runs here in the top of the 9th. And Giovanelli comes to the plate representing the tying run. Never say quit. BJ's making a game of it. Here's the first pitch, is the ball to Giovanelli. Noah with 1 walk in 4 plate appearances. He's officially 0 for 3. Big lefty stands in there. The pitch. And that's a strike on the inside corner, and the count moves to 1-1. Seven to 5 Hornets, but the BJs have 3 across here. There's a nice swing and a foul off to the left side, and so the count goes to 1-2. 6'4", 220 for the big first baseman for the BJs. Here comes Blankenship's pitch. Line drive to left field, right straight at Cade Martinez. And the ball game is over. So the BJs make it noisy here in the top of the 9th, but they come up short. And the final score for Game 2 of the World Series today on Friday is the Hornets 7 and the BJs 5. We'll be back in just a few minutes to wrap this one up for you. This is live stream coverage of the NBC World Series.
Fans, get ready for one of the wildest traditions in terms of baseball. It is almost time for baseball around the clock. July 25th, 26th. We're talking back-to-back games. All day, all night. We've got what it takes. Baseball around the clock is almost here. Also, mark your calendars. Championship night is coming to Equity Bank Park on August 1st. Grand finale of the 92nd World Series. We'll look around and see the champions and line up. Which is all guys.
So my first question is, how confident are you moving on to this tour?
I mean, I'm pretty confident. I think we didn't have as great run production as we wanted to until late, and the fact that we were still able to come away with the win is good things moving forward.
Which would you rather, diving catch or hit triple?
Probably a diving catch, because I'm way too out of breath when I hit a triple. I'm not as out of breath when I catch the ball.
Would you rather be in a blowout or close game?
A close game, as long as we win it, that always feels better than a blowout win.
If you could go pro in any sport other than baseball, what would it be?
So a game that looked like it was in hand for the BTL Hornets got close there in the top of the 9th inning as the BJs put across 3, but they fall short. So BTL Hornets with their first win of this World Series in 2026, and they win 7-5. Josh Holmes there with the big red hat, the player of the game, but boy, you could look to a couple of others of the BJ players, or of the Hornet players, and Levi Robertson with 7 strong innings of pitching just really set the table for all day long. He just kept struggling BJ bats all game. They had just had 1 hit through about 4 or 5 innings. They did finally find some offense, but then when they got to the end, it was just too little too late, and the BJs come up short. So the Hornets win their first game of this series in pool play. They are 1-0. The BJs will drop to 0-1, and each of these teams have two more games in pool play coming up as they will then try to make it on into the championship times. Great game. We've had 3 great games so far, and I know we've got more coming up. We hope you'll come back at 6 o'clock for our next game. Remember, we've got lots of great things going on here at the tournament. It's Military Appreciation Day today, and then tomorrow starts baseball around the clock, so lots of fun and exciting things going on. This is Keith Engelmeyer wrapping up coverage as you see the highlights of this game. I will be back here on the mic tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Until then, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you continue enjoying World Series baseball here from Wichita State University, X Stadium, and Tyler Field as you continue watching the highlights. Again, final score is the BTL Hornets, the team from the Johnson County area, with 7, and the Liberal BJs with 5. Another great game. That makes 4 good games in a row that we've had in the World Series so far. Next game comes up at 6, and we hope to see you then. This is Keith Engelmeyer saying good afternoon, and thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast. Good night.